When you draw a line down the middle of a community and you look and you see that a 5-year-old that lives in this house is going to go to a school, a coveted public school, a high-performing school where almost every kid is coming out able to read at or above their grade level. And then their friend that they've been playing with since they were 2, right across the street, they're assigned to a school where most of the kids are going to come out reading well below grade level. The fate of your kid is determined by whether you live on one side of the street or another side of the street. It drives home that the schools are not equally open to all. A lot of this started when we were looking for a school for my oldest daughter, and we were in Northeast Los Angeles, in the heart of Los Angeles Unified School District. There was a very coveted public school there, a school called Mount Washington Elementary. And all of the chatter in the neighborhood amongst the parents was, how do we get our kids into Mount Washington? And very quickly you learned that the way to get your kid into Mount Washington Elementary is to buy a home within this very misshapen attendance zone. And already the homes in that area are bigger, they have bigger lots, they're more expensive to begin with. But now people are overpaying for those homes in order to get access to this elite, coveted public elementary school. And so what you have are these extreme divisions of race and class just within the neighborhood, within a 2-square-mile stretch of the neighborhood, where most of the upper middle income folks go to this elite coveted school, and then everyone else who can't afford to buy or rent in that zone, basically you have to send your kid to one of these schools that are really, really struggling down the hill. Even if you don't live in their zone, they'll accept whatever kid comes along. They want the money that comes with that kid. They're trying to fill their school buildings. A lot of those schools have seen enrollment declines over the past 10 to 15 years of 40%, 50%, even 60%. Then you've got Mount Washington Elementary up on the hill. They've seen 40% enrollment gains in the same period of time. Young families have been cramming into that zone to get access to the school. They've been overpaying for their homes, driving up the cost of real estate, and then of course that exacerbates the inequalities in the neighborhood. What I found was that this dynamic plays out across the country. And so most people know about the Brown v. Board of Education ruling, which desegregated the public schools. In that ruling, Chief Justice Warren said, the public schools have to be available to all on equal terms. And I think, yes, the public schools have been desegregated. It is no longer illegal to turn someone away because of their race. But in no sense have we made the public schools available to all on equal terms. Racial divisions persist in the schools, income divisions persist in the schools. More importantly, schools are still allowed to say, hey, you can come and you can't. They can discriminate. When you hear about a parent who's been put in jail for seeking out a better school for their children, when you hear about a child who's been excluded from a school because of a disability, when you hear about a kid who's kept out of a school that's only a half mile from their house because they live on the wrong side of an arbitrary line, it's hard to conclude that the public schools are open to all on equal terms. That's a betrayal of the promise of public education. I'm just looking forward to a future when every kid has an equal shot at getting into the best public schools. That's going to have all sorts of positive benefits for our society, and I think it will restore people's confidence in the public education system.